now defining the shape. I'm not defining the interface now. I would be defining the shape, how interface will look alike, right? I want to define the skeleton or the shape of the interface. See what I mean to see? Export, right? You can say interface, and mouse would be name of the interface, right? So it would be having one thing, right? It would be having one thing whose type is, what you can say, or like this. See, I want to say key would be, right? Key would be of type string. Here I can say any key whose type would be of string, and this is of type any. Any is built-in type. Shape, I'm not predefining the key here. If you say I'm not predefining the key, key can be anything. Key can be anything. If you can see this thing, see, so here what you have written. So if I write anything over here, anything, say ABC of type string. So here you have said that it is a ABC, right? So here you need to give some value to the ABC. ABS is equals to, what you can say, Android, something like this, right? But here any key, right, that should be of type string and whose type is of anything. Whose type is of anything. So here you can say whose type is of object. I'm pretty intentionally making it complex because these things are going to appear in the Angular, right? See here, key is of type string and this is of type the object. Again, object is having key is of type string, right? And this would be returning you, right? This is itself is of type number. Likewise this. Now what I'm doing over here, completely dynamic, right? See here, key. Now you can create object of, let ms is equals to, right, one object. ms is equals to one object, and here you can say ABC and is of type object, right? Is of type object, and here you can say PQR, and here you can say of value 10. So can you resemble this with this? They are in the same shape because it is saying that there would be one key, it is of type string, obviously it is over here, and its value is nothing but one object, right? Its value would be, what you can say, object, right? Its value would be object, and here if you can see, this thing can be anything, any string, here you are going to say, and value is of type number. So if you can say of type mouse, this would be same. This ms is of type what? Mouse. ms is of type mouse. So this object ms and the interface are in the same shape. They are in the same shape. So both are having same shape, I am saying. So here you just define the shape of the object. How that object would be. So key would be any string, that's fine. This would be any string. Then this object will contain one key of anything, and that would be having one value of type number, like this. Shape. So if you see, these two interfaces are having same shape. They are in the same shape. So we are going to use this thing in the, what you can say, Angular. Many times we would be using this in the Angular. You'll find such structure in the Angular many times. So do not get confused with this. So here you just have defined the shape. Now one more thing, see here you can say group size. I want to get the group size. How many members are there in the group size, right? So this would be the function, and remember that it can return multiple things. It can return either, what you can say, number, or it can return boolean, whatever it is. So one function can have multiple return types. So it is going to be satisfied after you are going to return the 10 or you are going to return the true. That's fine. So this is the power of programming. You can return either number or boolean from this. You might be one if loop is going to return boolean, another else block is going to return number. General scenarios that we face in the programming. And that's why all these things are done over here. So here size is returning either value of type number or of type boolean. This here you just have defined the shape, and here you have clearly defined, what you can say, interface. Now you can define function as well. Let me show you how to do that thing. So in this interface you would be having one function, right, of type void or of type any, something like this. So here I would be having one function, and that would be returning, something like this. Why this is not happening? Let me check. Function, okay, this is the interface, and it is returning me the void value. It should show us, right? Likewise this, and here I can write any function which is returning the void, something like this. So property is of type, it is not assignable to the type, something like. So it is saying kindly return the object. Difficult? What do you think? Say void. Okay. So what they have said over here, you can have this key, right, and which is returning the function, something like this, right, and this would be, well, we have tried lot many things here, right? So we were getting problem and we were getting the challenges, and final solution we have got is this. So instead of having separate function over here, right, you can create key in this manner, right, and you can say this key can be of type this object or it can be of type this function, right, and here is your shape and here are the values. So this will give you better understanding in learning the shapes of TypeScript, right? So that's all about this interfaces and the shapes.